I've been sitting here for a moment. This seems putting me to sleep. Holy crap. Pokey seems too cozy. I'm pressing the next button. I've been working on stuff with the PS2 emulator again, and most of that stuff is in normal American control, so it's fucking with my muscle memory. I already prepared off stream for this as well, so we can just go straight to the hunt. A double fish. Alright, I brought my own sonic bombs. I'm gonna start swiping the pellet shots and crap like that. Remember where you use these? He's also leaving, which is annoying. Hey, Mala. Does that mean the normal one's gonna come here? Yes. So, Mala, how's your morning going? As you can see, starting off strong over here with a Plesioth quest. The absolute peak of hunting. They're fucking both here now? Oh my god. Come on. You're looking kind of small. No, you don't see me. It's actually kind of a problem. Alright, it's low rank. I don't have to really care about them hip-checking me to death. I'll probably be mostly fine. It's gonna hurt, though. Now, see, a quest like this would be awful with actual low-rank gear. I guess the saving grace is it's easy to go back to the camp if you really want to heal. Maybe one of them will leave that spot. Yeah, it's the kind of clusterfuck, though, where in low rank, if I was actually low rank still, that little sequence where I got stunned, easily he would just insta-kill you. Okay, one's leaving. That works for me. That green's kind of small. Of course. Got a hip check. That's also something that would fucking kill you. Holy shit, Bull. Do something other than bombs. Oh, no. Maybe the bombs are good. He doesn't have a super high attack stat, so... Oh. I don't know. I just wasn't paying attention to the map. Was questioning if I still had my, Shrink Guru on. This fucking fish is in the way. I can't see the other one. Considering where it is, I believe it's leaving. Throw this out anyway. See if we can catch the same Plesioth twice in a row. No, maybe. This works so well in single player, but it barely functions at all in multiplayer. He's gonna blow me up, isn't he? And he tried. Bruh. Hey, Cube. Where'd that shiny go? Am I blind? Oh, it's still here. Halo Campaign Evolved just came out today? Oh my god. Why would I play that garbage, though? I've already played Halo Combat Evolved. I had evolved gameplay. I don't need evolved story, you know? Out of the water. I know it. I've changed my mind. I don't care about catching this. I'll not be bringing it home as a trophy. Could have been over with that much sooner if I wasn't content on frogging them. It's just a nice feature, you don't get to see it much. So, Cube, have you mentally prepared yourself for Halo Campaign Evolved? I almost called it Combat Evolved. It's not that game. How do you do what? Prepare yourself mentally for Campaign Evolved? I wouldn't know, that's why I'm asking you. You're Mr. Halo, man. Doesn't look like Trenier brought anything good. Need more Dragonwood Plus. Which I could have swore it was just sending him to the swamp for that. I'll just pretend combat or campaign evolves what I wanted. Alright. I'm looking forward to it. Watching your stream, that is. Not playing it myself. I'm not fucking paying for that game. There's like infinitely many other things I could spend that, what, $55 total on? I made a ton of these. I should be fine with spending some bombing. Before starting stream, I was working on crafting materials. You know, I was running low after all those events and the majority of G rank. Got the Mega Potions back up, I crafted more drugs. Finally crafted a bunch of Megas. Gonna be using those exclusively for Fatalist later. Made a stack of Max Potions. I need to make more Life Powder. Grab some traps, tranks. Lots and lots of bombs and materials for bombs. Honey took a hit, though. Because, you know, need Mega Nutrients to make Max Potions, and that cost a lot. Next hunt. What is it? What do we got? Okay. Pink and Hermitor. I'll keep Goldrathian on. I changed to Goldrathian because Plesioth doesn't do wind pressure or roar at all. I do, though, speaking of Rathian. Oh, right. I spent all my money on supplies. Oh yeah, I've been able to upgrade this sword and shield for a while. Let me get on that. No. No, I'm broke. The Lunar twice in a row. It's also what I got previously. Didn't really use anything, I just picked up stuff. Just dump these out. Could Sonic Bomb Shogun if I want. Or, Daimyo. Don't think I will, though. Question is, after I finish the low-rank village, do I want to go straight to the high-rank village, or maybe I want to do the low-rank training quests? Or the basic training quests, whichever they're called. Rain. More free antidotes, nice, love to see it. Grab. Oh, right, speaking of all this stuff with the PS2 emulator that I mentioned when I started, for whatever reason, my Biohazard Outbreak was corrupted. Don't know why, or Outbreak File 2 rather was corrupted, so I had to repatch that. It just, I don't know why, but for some reason, just the English patched ISO that I had was corrupted. The actual ISO itself wasn't. I don't know how the fuck that happened, but. Hey, Sozu. This guy who sleeps at the Poke Village theme is a good theme to sleep to. It's comfy. So I repatched that. That's working again. I believe I mentioned on stream last time that I did actually fix all those games on the emulator that weren't working. I figured out the fuck's wrong with that. And I went to my brother's yesterday to pick up the PS2 because he managed to find it. Let's go, Cole, with the advanced tech of bombing me so I'm not run stirrers. Roar stunned. Oh, fuck. Oh my god. It's literally the theme I wake to up. I have it as my alarm. Hey. It's a good soundtrack. Well, you want to sleep to it or wake up to it, you know, it's good either way. Really hard to beat the old village themes. Are you fucking kidding me? Really? 2 bots in a row within a minute of each other. What the fuck? I will never stop doing that. Gooper in a row must be your popular phase. No, honestly, typically the bots show up in pairs like that. Recently they haven't been. But I do remember before that was the typical thing they would do. They were oddly staggered this time. No, you know what? We do want to catch her. Sitting here treating it like I really need these low rank pink materials. Gotta break everything and capture her. If I could actually fucking aim my sword. There we go. He's dying. She'll probably actually die if I try to... Wind, yeah, that wasn't a good idea. She will probably actually die if I try to get her with the other wing. I'm fucking stupid, wait. That's not the way you're supposed to do that, you're supposed to do it the other way. Why would you roll? I don't know, man. Yeah, could have literally just been fine doing this. Oops. You have to be a bit quicker, though. What? Oh. I'm fucking stupid. I saw Hermitor and just assumed there was a daimyo. Oops. Let's go, yeah. Pink Rathian, yeah. Hermitor, yeah, I got it. Yeah. Alright, 2 large monsters again, just like the double Plesiotha. I got it. It's fine. The whole word missing. Oh, wait, the tail. Fuck. Mine. I do not agree, Cube, but alright. I just happen to be the only person on Earth that streams Freedom Unite. Actually, I think there's a couple people right now playing it. Holy fuck, something happened, because before I streamed, there was 3 people in the category. Now there's 81 viewing. What the actual fuck happened? Why does this guy have 4 U in his title? He's playing Freedom Unite. I have no idea what the fuck his title says, because I think that's in Spanish, but... relatively popular Spanish streamer apparently started playing. Double digits last weekend. Clearly Lobos is prepping for his Freedom Unite playthrough. I would be pleasantly surprised if Lobos goes any further back than just Generations Ultimate. It's French, not Spanish? Ah, same thing, it's not English. No. French, Spanish, same thing, it's not English. There are other languages that just happen to also use the same alphabet. Who the fuck is this? What the fuck is this pop-up I just got? Oh, I see. Okay. Which is giving me random-ass... It just gave me a somebody's going to live notification, but gave, like, no context for who the fuck it was. Thanks, Twitch. Luckily, we've already done the Four Horns quest, so... we don't have to do that again. Wait. It makes so much sense. The guy's French, and he has 4 U in the title. The insect glaive was made in 4 U. So obviously that's just what he puts in his title, because that's where he started, maybe. I wonder if... I wonder if he changed his fucking... messages to English if he played 4 U. Getting made fun of for fucking up mounts all the time, so he changes messages to English. Dale, how are you going to capitalize on your newfound popularity? I am going to continue to play Freedom Unite until we get to Dose. That's exactly what I'm doing. Double Shogun. Alright, I didn't finish my thoughts about Lobos because that fucking pop-up jumped up on, like, confused the shit out of me. I'd be very pleasantly surprised if, like, actual big streamers went back and showed off the originals a bit more than they currently do typically. Lobos seems like he's having a lot of fun with Generations Ultimate. Maybe that could convince him to be like, ah, dude, I'll go try some other ones. Although some people in his chat were also shit-talking the old games, like, ah, dude, it's like cock and ball torture, ah, it's so difficult. It's like, not really. It just takes some getting used to. But you see, if a bunch of big streamers actually show these games, maybe their chats will be like, oh, why don't they make it like this anymore? And then maybe Capcom will give us another good Monster Hunter game for the first time since not Wilds. Definitely not Wilds. Wilds fucking sucked. Since World. World was good. Not great, but it was good. You gotta become the big streamer. I would never make plans on me being a big streamer, which is why I'm hoping that people that are already big streamers carry out my dream for me. I'm content if more people just like the old games. Ain't never happening and you know it. Or ain't ever happening. True. Like, it would be crazy to see, like... Who's a big streamer that, like, plays games? Like, actually big streamer that plays games. I'm drawing a blank. None of them play games, Sosu says. Moist Critical plays games, but he's, like, semi-retired now. Other Doug plays games, but he, like, only plays Peggle and Mario. And he's also, like, semi-retired. Let's say Maximilian, dude. I don't know if, I don't think he would be the, like, people's champion for going and playing the old games. No. No, so I don't think somebody like Darkside Phil would be the guy to go play the old Monster Hunter games and be able to make them actually look fun. Bro was like the modern audience target demographic of head empty, shit at game, yellow paint everywhere. Thanks. Okay, you see, Cube, a problem with saying, like, Peverson, you know, other Dark Souls streamer like Lobos, is that, that one doesn't play games. Lobos does. Also, big stream, like, big stream. Somebody with actual pull. Dragon Moss. I need Dragon Wood. Trenny, you wouldn't even happen to know where I could find some Dragon Wood, would ya? Got that Dragon Wood Plus. Shroud? Doesn't Shroud only play FPS games? Really? Problem that's people that have pull because they're embedded in the industry. Maybe. Oh wait, like I constantly forget this dude fucking exists. Burnt Peanut, he plays like games, doesn't he? Or does he still just play Arc Raiders? I actually don't know what the fuck he plays, other than I know he plays Arc Raiders, and according to my brother, he was recently trying the new release of Halo. So he might just play shooters, so, you know, maybe not him either. I don't know, man, I think he plays games, though, not at React and AFK, or as far as I know. It reminds me, I sent it to fucking Sozu the other day. Not the other day, I think it was like sometime last week or the week before. I randomly saw a Shroud clip. Just jump scared, because I don't watch like shooters or Shrouds or anything like that. Just auto-played on YouTube. I think it was like some random commentary video talking about like people in the industry, I guess, if you want to call it that. Where it's like, oh yeah, like Shroud called a random viewer racist because the viewer said that he doesn't really trust anything from Western developers anymore. And it's like, okay, well, I mean, nobody had to say that most streamers are smart. Or even have critical thinking. For context, he was playing the Black Flag re-release, or remake, not a re-release. It's not a port. Jinxie or whatever you call him, never heard of him. I think you'd have to ask your brother for popular streamers that play games. I think he just watches people that play shooters. Like, from what I've heard, he watches, like, Burnt Peanut and the people that Peanut plays with. I think he mentioned some guy named Hutch. Pretty sure you have heard of Jinxie because your brother's mentioned him on the stream. Has he? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe, and I just don't remember it. Wouldn't be impossible. What a stupid take. I assume it's about Shroud. Western stuff's been falling off, at least for me. I have like only 3 recommendations from the past couple of years. Western games in the past couple of years that I could recommend. So, anyways, we're fighting two Shogun Centaur next. Because other than like indie games, I don't think the Western gaming industry has made anything in well over a decade that I was mildly excited for. God, what the fuck could there be? I feel like there has to be something, but I'm just drawing blanks. Because the Western games that I used to like playing, the Western games that I did like playing were old Call of Duty games, Bungie's Halo games, multiplayer. For Call of Duty, I actually played the campaigns, both solo and with people. So that was fun, as well as the multiplayer. Gears of War, no, that was another shooter. I liked Assassin's Creed 1 and Brotherhood. Those were fun. I've got nothing. Oh, wait, Dead Space games. Those are things I played recently. But they came out around the time when Western devs were still making good things. Because Dead Space is EA, right? The industry is in such a bad state, I've gone back to playing League of Legends. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I honestly couldn't think of anything Western game devs have provided in a very long time. that would be a good game. I'm pretty sure I'm going to the volcano. I need to buy more catalysts whenever she eventually sells them again. Ooh, trap tools. I also need more of these. Oh, fuck, she sells barrels at like half off. Oh, I bought them from the normal fucking store for barrel bombs. Shit. Right, I fucked up on that. We need more flutes, though. Buy another 20 of these, it'll be gone by the end of next stream. Or, next co-op stream. Red Dead Redemption 2. My brother loved that game. I didn't really care. I'm not a big Red Dead fan, so I just didn't give a shit. I don't really care about anything Rockstar makes. Helldivers 2 was a game I got into because friends wanted to play it. It was fun, and then they, like, ruined it. Ghost of Tsushima is Sony, ain't it? I don't think Ghost of Tsushima is a Japanese game, I'm pretty sure. Unless I'm completely wrong, maybe a Western studio made it, and it was just under Japan, or under Sony Studios. Helldivers 2 is owned by Sony, but the company that makes it is Swedish, I think. Now, let me just make sure. Helldivers 2. Arrowhead Studios and Nixie Software. Arrowhead Studios. So as far as I know, this is the original creator of the IP, Swedish video game development company. And Nixie Softwares is a Dutch video game developer based in some Dutch word. So okay, so Helldivers 2 and Ghost of Tsushima are made by Western devs, yes. But they were not things that I was excited for. Helldivers 2 isn't from the past couple of years, bro. Cut me some slack. Listen, we've already gone past the whole that there's nothing in the past couple of years. We're reaching further now. We're looking for things past the couple year mark. We're extending it to like a decade. I know that I played quite a lot of Arc Raiders, but it's not a game that I was excited for. Let's reach to the 2000s at that point. No, because in the 2000s, plenty of people were making good games. About a decade ago is around just after the cutoff where I would say the industry started going to hell. So if you can find something within the decade, from now to 10 years ago, I mean, hey, let me know. Maybe I'll play it. I played a lot of Arc Raiders. That is a French company, I believe. Again, not a game that I was excited for. I didn't give a shit. The only reason I played it, and ended up liking it, I did end up liking it a lot, was friends wanted to play it. Within the decade, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, I guess. Yeah, but Capcom's a Japanese studio. We're talking about, we need Western examples. We need examples of Western games that are good. Is Ori Western Ori in the Blind Forest? I believe that that is older than a decade. But yeah, that would be Microsoft Studios. Arc Raiders is Embark, so Swedish. Lots of devs from old DICE Battlefield. I remember being told that the people that made Arc Raiders and the finale, or whatever the hell it's called, were French. Maybe the guy who told me that was just fucking misinformed. And then, you know, I became misinformed, because I didn't give a shit about looking into it. Regardless, they're not Japanese or Eastern. Yeah, the whole working for Nexon thing is kind of unfortunate. Where the fuck is this crab? Former CEO of Embark, worked for EA before and now works for Nexon, yeah. Kind of small crab. Oh, I should have used the Festive Rustling Rain for this. Would have been a good opportunity to actually fucking use them. Fans of Nexon Games have been complaining all year because of the changes he's been bringing to Nexon or to Embark. Oh, former CEO of Embark. So I would assume to Nexon. That's fucking crazy if whatever you're doing is making people that like Nexon games mad. Considering Nexon is one of the most scummy fucking technically publishing companies, although I do believe they have a couple of their own games. Same guy that told people if you don't like it, don't buy it. When people complained about Battlefield 5, jeez. But he's right. He's right. If you don't like it, don't buy it. And, you know, the company can fucking burn. Based, true opinion. Good advice. Probably did not get the result he wanted from saying it. But I got the result he wanted from saying, because I'm pretty sure Battlefield 5 sold hyper poorly and nobody fucking liked it. Battlefield 5 actually tanked because of that. As an actual Battlefield player, that shit was painful. Painful that it tanked, or painful to play because it sucked. Yeah, I remember Battlefield 5, like... I was gonna say it was like Concord, but it wasn't like Concord. At least some people were playing it for a bit. Yeah, I know that shit tanked. And they had like 2 or 3 Battlefield games after that that also didn't do well, right? Painful to play because it sucked. Okay, good. Just checking. He got fired for it and started Embark because obviously no one else would hire him. Yeah. Do I have Ballooner? Is that Balloon here? Where the fuck's the Guild's Research Commission when I need them? Battlefield 2042 was just after 5 and was the cherry on top of the shit cake. I love quotes from completely out of touch and incompetent gaming CEOs. Shout out to people like Randy Pitchford. The whole, well, if you're a true fan, you'll find a way to pay the $80 or $90. Mm-hmm. Or I could just not because your game sucks. How about that? Dude, where the fuck is this crab? Or what was it? The Ubisoft CEO or president, somebody like that. The whole gamers need to be more comfortable with not owning anything. I've heard people try to say, oh, well, in context, it's not that bad. Like, oh, he's saying it because, like, the whole digital media and streaming and, like, DVDs and stuff like that. It's like, no, even in context, he sounds like a fucking retard. Especially when it's like, oh, like, physical media, like music and shit. It's like CDs, vinyl, and I think even some people are going back to getting fucking mixtapes. Or not mixtapes, cassette tapes. Like, all those are coming back in a pretty big way, last I heard. And I think, I'm pretty sure, they were already making comebacks for sales when he said that. So he's actually just fucking stupid. Ow. Finals and Arc Raiders were successful, so we got a second try at EAing by getting a job at Nexon. Jesus Christ. Far away from the US where people actually know him. I was actually pretty good at launch IMO, so he did something right, I guess. Yeah, I've watched some of the finals when it, like, released, or was in early access, one of the two. And I know a couple people that play it. I tried it with some of my friends, like Morning and Laserlord, and it was alright. It's not my kind of style of gameplay. Arc Raiders was, though. I enjoyed that. I kind of stopped playing it because it had a massive influx of people cheating and duping and shit via Chinese servers or some garbage. It made everything a PvP hellstorm. It wasn't like, oh, like, every encounter with the player's intense, or, like, tense. Are they friendly? Are they not? Are they gonna stab you in the back the moment they fucking see you? Are you just gonna be left alone and be able to fight arcs or whatever? Are you looking to cause trouble? Instead it became, everything is on site. Everybody's on site. Everybody's out to fucking kill you. Everybody's got cheated fucking gear. And I'm sitting here like, it's hard to justify playing this now because it just feels like I'm playing fucking deathmatch in Call of Duty. Although, not super long after that, I did hear that there were a bunch of ban waves that came for people doing that shit. I have no idea what this... Ah, short as crab was fucking right. One of them was short as fuck. Yeah, I don't know what the current state of the game is. I haven't played it in a while. Mega and it's just fucking Milk or Milk 2. I'm good. I also have an Azure Rathalos next because I'm gonna save Teostra for last. Forts and Hills. Maybe I'll see if, like, Morning and Clownface, or maybe my brother, wants to hop on Ark one of these days for a stream, see how it is at the moment. So it has been a couple months since any of us played because of that, more or less. Hunt Showdown has, at least by Morning and Laserlord standards, fixed some of its issues. So they've both been back to playing that more often. Which also means I've been dragged into playing it on occasion, which I don't mind every once in a while. When we all stopped playing it, though, it was like in a really bad state. That shit sucked to deal with. I literally saw someone with a fake iPod a couple of days ago. Not completely physical, but same realm. It's very close. Because the iPod didn't have a feature where you could easily rip music off of a physical CD and put it onto your iPod. Or other than that, it was also encouraged to be able to do shit like that with MP3 players and all those. Like, physical media isn't dead, right? It's not dead. It's just that companies want it to be dead, so they're telling you it is. Especially the games industry. The games industry for... it might be since... basically the 2000s-ish? Maybe a bit earlier? Oh god, when exactly was that? Can't remember. I'm trying to think of like when Blockbuster, EB Games, like all those kinds of places were like really, really booming. Like the secondhand or like the lending type businesses. Because obviously, Sony doesn't get... Sony's a direct example because they're the most recent one to cut their fucking physical support. Or announce that they are going to. Obviously, all these companies do not get, like not reimbursed, they don't make profits off of all the, like secondhand game sales and all that. So all these companies fucking despise the secondhand market. Like no matter what you're looking at, they all fucking despise it. More so than movies and, like music, all those. I'm sure they fucking hate the secondhand market too. But in general, if you buy like a music, right? People will listen to the same songs constantly. So they're less likely to resell their copies of, I was about to say VHS. They're less likely to sell their copies of CDs or vinyl, DVDs, Blu-rays, VHS tapes, all that stuff. They're more likely to keep that, other than like a yard sale. Games, though, for the most part, a lot of people, once a game is done, they might not even think about playing it for 2, 3, 4, 10 years down the line. So a lot more people are likely to just sell the game to somebody else, which lets things like EB Games do like actual business as a not strictly retailer. Or Blockbuster, where they would just own copies of the games, and their business model was, oh yeah, we'll just lend you a movie. Or not lend, we'll rent a movie to you, we'll rent a game to you, you can bring it back. You can pay like, what was it, like $5 to rent like 3 VHSs at a point. And it was like 7 or some shit to rent a game for I think you got it for like a week. And you know what? If you weren't done with it, you could just re-rent it immediately when you fucking handed it back in. Companies really do not like the secondhand market. It pisses them off to no small extent. Vinyls are still literally being made and sold. Yeah, they've come back a lot. What was it, about 8 years ago? People started getting back into collecting vinyl records and playing vinyl music. Record players and stuff started getting, like, more production again because of it. And currently a lot of video games sell vinyls with their soundtrack as a collector's item. People are loving it currently. And, yeah, there's people that sell them, but they don't do it as much as with video games, I imagine. Unless it's scalping, that's a different issue. Recent controversy is all the changes he's been bringing to Blue Archives over the year, culminating with the anniversary announcement earlier this week where they announced that they're replacing the gacha system with a Genshin-like system where people will be expected to spend over double the dough for the character they want, that is fucking wild. And you know what? That sounds exactly like something that EA and Nexon would do. So hey, he fits right fucking in. Also, Embark is owned by Nexon, so I don't know if they bought it outright years ago or if it's always been a subsidiary of their company. I don't recall. Wait, Embark's been a subsidiary of Nexon since 2 years before the finales or the finals. I'm fucking retarded. Too much reading. Too much reading. That's what I'm gonna blame it on. Too much reading and jumping between topics. Need to go back to being locked in, flourishing in my own lane, hunting a Rathian in the jungle. Ignore those pop-ups. Go look at Blue Archive's Steam page. People have been review bombing. I can't look at it myself because it's unavailable in my region. Should I fucking pull up the Blue Archive Steam page? Fuck it, why not? They actually open Steam. I have it closed whenever I'm playing stuff on emulators. So for reference, I know nothing about Blue Archive other than it exists. And now that a guy from EA is working for them. Wow, that's a lot of negative reviews immediately. Let me pull up the display. There we go. Overwhelmingly negative. Last 30 days. Last 30 days, 10% of 4,542 users have reported as a positive. That's fucking crazy. Wait, that's fucking insane. It only has 26,000 total reviews. Almost a fifth of that is negative. Where's the chart? Show graph. Holy fuck. Hey, this looks like the Helldivers chart when they integrated the fucking Sony log into it. I just almost tried to open another fucking tab. Helldivers. That should totally still be visible on this chart, right? Can I extend this? No, it released in 2024. Like, holy fuck. It seems like they're more or less equal right here. Seems like it's doing okay right now. Maybe I'll pull up Steam charts later and have a fucking peek. What the f... Okay, they're just beating the shit out of each other. At least the Helldivers team took it in strides. They made a fucking cape, didn't they? With the Steam chart fucking red line going down on it. So that was funny. Let's see. Most helpful reviews. I want to sort this by just negative, although it looks like it might be pre-sorted by just negative. Yeah, let's get all the negative reviews. Let's see a couple of these. A stupid decision, changed the gacha system. Due to recent change in the gacha mechanics, can no longer recommend. Been playing since release. This 5.5 news is went from good to bad. At even 80 pulls, wait, even with 80 pull return, I assume this is like how many times they hit the gacha. I'm not familiar. It sounds like a fucking. I was gonna say it sounds like a slot machine, but it is. Gacha is literally a slot machine. It's a redundant statement. It's only good for casuals or people who buy the elf packages. For free to play, it's still a death sentence for dupes if both banners meta. Yeah, it is. How many times they've opened it? Okay. It took them a year to add that cape, by the way. It took a year? I thought they had it out sooner than that. I'm going to be fair, I wasn't paying attention to it by the time that happened. They were already nerfing the shit out of a lot of things in Helldivers and making it play generally worse, from my point of view. So I stopped, I think... Oh wait, no, I was actually still playing it. No, I was still playing, because I think I actually put a negative review talking about it on that fucking thing. They brought in a CEO from EA and are making changes to the gacha system for the worst. Wow. New gacha system they want to implement is going to kill the free-to-play. Keep the current gacha system. Get rid of the EA executive chairman. Wait. Isn't EA... Is he the same guy that said that they wanted to try and find a way to make people pay for bullets in shooter games? Is that the same guy? There's no way it's the same dude, is it? I'm gonna disconnect my controller and bring it back. Make sure Steam won't be fucking with the inputs at all. No, it's a different one. Okay. I could have swore that was also EA. What if I just type make players pay for bullets? I'll do pay for ammo. Oh, that was Unity. It was Unity, not EA. Charging players real money to reload their weapons was famously proposed as a play first, pay later microtransaction model by former Okay, it is fucking Electronic Arts. What the fuck is this one about Unity then? Oh, it's the 3 years ago. It was the current CEO of Unity. Okay, then CEO of EA when he said it. Okay, that makes so much more sense. Thanks, fucking AI overview. Does not help. I'm looking at just a Reddit post now for an article. Where does this actually go to? What fucking article is this? Stealth? What the fuck is this logo? Stealth optional with a couple of the fucking letters backwards and upside down because they're stupid. Unity's CEO making devs pay per install. Tried to charge FPS players per bullet. Oh fuck, is that the same guy? That's crazy. Oh my fucking god, it's the guy who was gonna make people pay for Unity installs. And it's the same guy who said that he wanted to make players pay for bullets to recharge or reload their fucking guns in shooter games. Oh my god. So yeah, different guy. Equally as retarded. I say that, but it wouldn't be impossible to get people to eventually fucking go for that. Anyway, Azure Rathalos. No, I should be fine. I was gonna say maybe grab herbal medicine, but I'll be damned if I actually get hit by his claw attack in a single monster hunt. If I do, then that's on me. I'll have to fucking suffer. Motherfucker's job now is being the co-owner of a pilot's equipment company? Fuck is a pilot's equipment company? It's not spelled like pilot, like you're flying a plane. What the fuck is this? Oh, Pilates. It's fucking... I've never actually seen Pilates spelled out. I've heard of Pilates. I've seen people talk about it. I've never seen the word actually written. So, he basically killed his career in the video game enterprise, I guess. Between all that shit. Although, the Unity one was probably the one that actually killed his fucking career. I know of so many fucking companies that were kind of like... indie companies, not like AAA companies, that were like, yeah, we're not going to use Unity anymore. We're going to swap to literally anything else. You win this time, Shakalaka. Anybody else have fun quotes from retarded game CEOs or presidents or anything? I'm drawing a blank at the moment. They're fun to talk about. This is a small Rathalos. His first job was working as a CEO. CEO job for Wilson's, that volleyball company. So he really just went back to fitness and sports? Yeah, maybe he just wasn't a good fit for, anything in entertainment. Honestly. Probably dyslexia? Maybe. If I fucked up, I already forgot what word it was. This has got to be a Gold Crown Azure. Gold Crown Small, that is. I'll be very surprised if this is somehow not. Please. Oh my god. Oh. It's not every day you get to carve those just for free. Okay, goodbye. Oh my god, he's in Area 9. stupid shit said by people in high positions in gaming. There's like 3 or 4 other ones that I feel like I should be able to name, but I can't think of it. Like, I think one of them's from Epic. Oh, something retarded that people high up in gaming have said, Microsoft. Microsoft saying that fucking Shorts, like YouTube Shorts and TikTok, is a competitor for their fucking gaming. Well, their real competitor is not like Sony or whatever the fuck. It's actually TikTok and YouTube. It's like, I could see how you could make an argument for that, but it sounds incredibly fucking stupid, and I feel like it misses several points. Like the fact that you can watch something while playing something. Bro, really? You're still going? And who the fuck is Tim Sweeney? That's Epic, ain't it? I feel like there's something stupid he fucking said that I can't think of at the moment. Competitors in entertainment? Yes. So, like, if you jump through, like, a dozen or so loops, you could eventually find a way to be like, oh, yes, TikTok is actually our competitor for gaming. And that's why we're not making any video game sales, is because TikTok is taking all our video game sales. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Microsoft, you don't sell video games because you don't make anything worth buying. You cannot entertain people because you do not make anything entertaining. So therefore, sure, people are getting more entertainment from TikTok or YouTube Shorts or just YouTube or Twitch or whatever the fuck else. But Microsoft doesn't have products to sell to compete. Therefore, they're literally competing with nobody. Tim Sweeney says a lot of stupid shit, yeah. I can't think of any off the top of my head at the moment, though. I just know he said a bunch. Ow. The same thing as Ford saying Boeing's a competitor of theirs. Have they actually said that? Although I could also see a logical way to get to that statement as well, if you go through several hoops, you know? No, they haven't actually said that. Oh, okay. I could see a way where they could, though. You know, Ford makes a lot of vehicles that break down constantly. Boeing's been making planes that break down constantly. I mean, like, planes are just another vehicle, so... You know, you could get there. You could get there with some... slight jumps through hoops. Not very large jumps either. I gave him the large bomb just as a, like, X factor. It's like, oh, maybe he'll fucking pull out a giant bomb at some point. That'll be cool. I'm stupid. I should be placing a trap. Damn. Please. Fuck. I'm just grabbing the Xbox statement and applying it to another stupid industry. Or applying it to another industry to show how stupid it is. Alright, yeah, fair. Microsoft sells Fallout 76 and ESO. Neither of those are made by in-house studios last time I checked. Aren't both of those made by other companies and it's just licensed? Breath Boop is at their best attacks, bro. That shit sucks. 76 is by Bethesda, really. Although I don't personally know anybody stupid enough to fucking buy that. Yeah, that's not true. That's not true. I think I know 3 people that own that game. That are, like, you know, actual friends and not just people I know of online. Specifically the Fallout Shelter team in Texas. Microsoft owns them, though. Microsoft does own them. Fair. But, counterpoint. I don't think that companies should get credit for things other people make, even if it's licensed or, like, their IP or published or anything like that. So, an example for why that would be fucking stupid is... everybody loves Bloodborne. Everybody loves to talk about Bloodborne. So, here's an example. FromSoft made Bloodborne. It is FromSoft's game, they made that. But Sony owns the IP rights to Bloodborne and published it. And I'm pretty sure funded it. That was probably part of the deal. I would not give Sony credit for making Bloodborne. FromSoft did that. That would be like saying that Bandai Namco deserves credit for Elden Ring. Or that Activision deserves credit for Sekiro. It's one thing if it's like, oh, this is Microsoft Studios, they made this, they own the IP, you know, that kind of stuff. It's like, going back to earlier in the stream, Halo. Xbox owns Halo, right? They always have. It was... I don't know the exact origins for Halo, but I know that at some point, Bungie was acquired by Microsoft, and then they made Halo. I don't give Microsoft credit for making Halo. Bungie made Halo. Anything that Bethesda makes, Microsoft didn't make that. Bethesda made it. Like, that kind of thing. I'll give Sony credit for killing Japan Studios, yeah. R.I.P. Sony Japan Studios. And ever since then, Sony's been a retarded Western company. That can go back to earlier. We were talking about how Sony owns a couple of games that were positively received in the past couple of years, like Helldivers and Helldivers, and what the fuck was the other one? Ghost of Tsushima. Those were made by Western companies, but even if you want to give Sony the credit, Sony's not an Eastern company anymore. They're a fucking Western company. Or PlayStation is, at least. PlayStation Studios is headquarters in fucking California. Western game dev. The Fallout 76 is made by Bethesda, but I'm like 90% sure Elder Scrolls Online is made by somebody completely different, and it's just a license that they have to make it. If I recall correctly, Bungie was working on Halo at the as the big breakthrough game for Mac gaming. Then, like a year before release, Microsoft bought them and switched its course to make the game first person and put it on Xbox. Interesting, because Bungie's original Marathon game, not the current one, we're not talking about current Marathon, we're talking about Marathon from like the 80s or 90s, some shit like that. Wasn't that also for the Mac? Or the Apple computer, whatever the fuck you wanted to call it back then? So, were they just randomly making games for Apple exclusively? Not making games for Apple, but for the platform. I don't know a shit ton about Bungie's early days before Halo. Our Hunter, you came at just the right time. The guild sent a request for assistance, and we'd like to ask for your help. Your opponent is the giant monster, Shen Goran. While it is a Carpathian, it is far larger than even a Wyvern. In the town, the guild have installed various weapons such as Ballista or a Dragonator. Go there and use those weapons. With your strength, there's no way the guild will meet defeat That doesn't mean you can become overconfident. After all, overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. I agree, Grandma. Grandma Noseball. All of Bungie's games are Mac exclusive until Halo. That's so weird. That's so weird to think about. Because even nowadays, people don't really make games for Mac. Although that might just be a thing where there's just not enough demand for, like, Macintosh platform games. I know there's some that are. It's like, how Linux isn't necessarily, like, a main platform for concern of development. Although Linux is slowly picking up steam. As far as I know, Linux's user base has grown to, like, 10% of the total market share for PC uses or some shit. That's exciting. Maybe someday we'll be fucking free of Microsoft. Alright, just Teostra, and then we got Shengoran. ESO is by some ZeniMax team, but not specifically Bethesda. Yeah, I'll use a dragon weapon for this. What do I want to use, though? I mean, it's not like I have a ton of options. I have Longsword, Greatsword, or Dual Blades. I don't believe I have a Dragon Element Hammer. Nope. No Dragon Element SNS either. But we've been using the Longsword the whole time for today. Let's switch it up a bit. Microsoft didn't force the first-person perspective. It happened in-house after they transitioned Halo from a real-time strategy game to a third-person shooter to a first-person shooter. I didn't word it clearly enough. Interesting. Yeah, Bungie came out around the time with Halo that... One, I was obviously much younger. Also, the game industry was doing fine. There wasn't really a need to care or know much about most of these corporations or what they're doing or anything else like that. It was just, oh damn, dude, that game looks fucking hype. Oh, man, I need to get that game. Oh, dude, it's got multiplayer. Oh, it's gonna be great to sit down with my friends and play this. That's kind of like all it really needed. It just needed a good trailer, and people just trusted that because around that time games were good, that game would be good. Nowadays, it's off. You can play. Does this game run? The trailer looks like shit. Is this game gonna run? Like the trailer was lagging. You sure you want to make this? You could not. You spent how much on making this game? Holy fuck. That's just what it feels like watching every trailer nowadays. Holy shit, you can play online with anyone, yeah. The original Xbox's online was free, wasn't it? You didn't need, like, Xbox Gold or anything like that to play online, as far as I recall. Not that I really had online back then, or did most people I knew. That wasn't just really shitty dial-up. Oops. Oh my god, Mega Lucky Cat. I have to ask myself, does this guy running this company shit himself in public whenever a new game gets announced? I feel like you're referencing something that I just don't remember at the moment, Mole, or might not have heard of. Unless it's a metaphorical shit himself in public every time a new game comes out because of CEOs or presidents or whatever the fuck else putting their mouth or their foot in their mouth whenever they're speaking in public. I sure hope I'm not referencing anybody. Okay. Hey, you never fucking know nowadays. Which, the fact that you never really know nowadays for a comment like that, I feel like says a lot in and of itself. Doesn't say anything that's good, but it says a lot. Of course, I'm dumb. I should have brought actual stacks of cool drinks. I also should have brought drugs so I can hopefully kill him instead of just waiting for the next hunt. I know, it always sucks when mentioning how the games used to be comes up. Because I sit here thinking about, like, damn. It was so good back then. I remember when Mario Kart Wii released and me and the homies were hyped. Those were the days. I remember when my brother got Halo 3 for the Xbox 360. We all went to our friend's house. 4-player couch co-op. Those were the days. I remember when the new Zombies map for COD would release and everybody was hyped. Damn, Devil May Cry 3's release was... Although I didn't play Devil May Cry 3 on release, I played Devil May Cry 4. My entire family buying 3DSs for 4U, yeah. I got my 3DS soon before 4U released. I wanted to get one for 3U, but I just didn't have the money for it. Holy crap, a new Pokemon game? Let's go. With Emerald's release. Well, not Emerald, the Gen 3 games in general. Dude, I remember when... Goddamn. I remember when Pokemon Coliseum was announced. I was so fucking hyped, because I loved Pokemon Stadium for the N64. And then, but that didn't have a lot of stuff that was close to, like, traditional Pokemon games. It was mostly just a battle simulator. But then Pokemon Coliseum being announced and it having more stuff going on and being a darker tone, I was like, oh, dude, this is gonna be great. I still love that game. Game was fun. Banger music, darker tones, pretty decent story. You got to live the fantasy that everybody always talked about of like, oh, but what if you could steal other people's Pokemon? You can do it freely, but... Dude, the PSP release? Dude, PSP's release. And then Final Fantasy Crisis Core, Dissidia, the fucking Monster Hunter games. Oh, man. It's also hilarious how WoW was much more respected by its player base back when the breast milk squad was still working at Blizzard. For some inexplicable reason, the worse person the worse person you are, the better at games you make, or the better at making games you are. Yeah. Did I miss the last one? I was already looking at chat when I threw that. It didn't matter. You only need to hit him with 4 to poison him, although you already shrugged it off. That poison didn't last very long. Oh, fuck you, jackass. Although, I don't know if that statement really holds up. Because I'm going to go off on a limb and say that there's a shit ton of people that are just bad people in the gaming industry now. They just also are talentless. Fucking wall. The wall gliding. Yeah, it's a lot of people that like to say that they're good people, which is just them lying. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I've seen some of the shit the people in the modern day industry say, and they're the kind of people where it's like, oh yeah, we're all super politically correct and we're the good guys and everybody else is bad, and then they'll follow it up by saying some of the most racist shit I've ever seen. My go-to example off the top of my head is, it's not one directly in, like, gaming, entertainment, or anything, but I believe it was it's connected, it's a game journalist. I believe it was connected to one of the game journalist publication websites, one of their article writers, who I believe profile has a bunch of shit that's like, oh wow, they're totally a good person, right? And then they're like, yeah, nobody cares like what Asians say, they're basically just white adjacent. It's like, what the fuck? Who the fuck says shit like that? Like, it's actually fucking crazy. Some of the there's two groups of people, right? And this isn't like, oh, there's like the good and the bad. There's two groups of people that I can definitively say have been the people that have said the worst shit I've ever heard in my life. Or like some of the nastiest shit I've ever heard in my life. The two groups of people are, one, my friends saying awful shit to each other for jokes, including me. I'm not better than that. I will say whatever the fuck to get a laugh out of friends. And then the people saying it unironically, not for jokes, that are the kind of people that like to say they're the good guys. Yeah, the people that built the American railways are white adjacent, died building them too. That's not true, Sozu. Okay? The Chinese were just the ones that got to handle the dynamite because the Irish couldn't do that. Because they were all drunk. And hey, fair, I wouldn't give a fucking Irishman a bottle of, a box of TNT. Fuck that. Speaking of, speaking of my friends saying some of like the most like awful shit by like people's nowadays standards. Apparently, on one of my friend's cars, for shits and giggles, he typed in like "fag boy," and the predictive text popped up with my name. It's like, bro, that's fucked up. But, you know, it's all in good fun. It's not like somebody who says they're a good person sitting here like, oh yeah, Asians are white adjacent, they don't fucking matter. It's like, what the, huh? And I've not seen comments about, like, Asian people being white adjacent, so, like, they don't fucking matter from just one person either. I've seen comments along those lines from a lot of people, like, in that kind of field or with those kinds of, I would call them morals, but like, morals are supposed to be, like, a good thing, typically. I don't think dismissing a whole race and calling them an offshoot of another is exactly a moral thing. It's funny as a joke, not so funny if you're serious. Zeal's racist? Question mark. Only during my stand-up comedy hours. AKA anytime I'm in a real-life gathering of friends. Zeal's about to get canceled for saying the hard R. No, if Linus Tech Tips can get away with it, I can too. Okay? If Linus Tech Tips can say retard, why can't I? Shout out to the other people that know that reference. Still funny. Still funny that Linus Tech Tips thought that hard R just meant retard and not what most people use it as. Linus doesn't stream on Twitch. I thought he did. Not often, but I thought he, like, did occasionally. Maybe he doesn't anymore. What the fuck kind of bait was that? Chaos was trying to play games over here. Can you stop? I actually don't know. I just know his main platform is YouTube. And maybe he, like, exclusively does YouTube streams now. Hey, Rune. How's Portable Third treating you? I also never got an answer on whether or not you killed that Fatalist when I asked if you had when Sozu was here. You know, aka on the weekend. Have not. If at some point you want help actually killing it, I'm down. I just want to also at that point kill a full health one from start to finish for my save. Pretty sure if I lived in Germany, I'd have the police at my door if I typed the hard R. Germany, Britain, Scotland, most of Europe. Most of Europe, like, doesn't really have free speech anymore. They like to pretend they do. They sure as fuck don't. Might still happen if Chat Control 2.0 passes, oh boy. UK isn't Europe? No, but Germany is in the UK. Or, is in Europe. UK has many of the same shit policies, considering they used to be part of, the European Union. They do be needing a license for their TVs. Oh, God. You got a license for that, mate. You got a license for breathing that air, mate. So, do you have a license to be carrying a bottle of water in public? Maybe they don't have ACs because they don't have a license for their ACs. So they can't just buy an AC. But maybe with a fan, like maybe fans can be bought without a license, but you need a license to own an AC. I could see that being the case. Basically, a license for TV in Japan as well. For, like, cable services or to actually have a physical TV. Because the joke about the British or UK needing a license for a TV isn't a license for, like, broadcasting or to, like, have cable. It's a joke about them needing a license to actually have a physical TV. Here's how it works in Japan. Alright, I'm waiting. Yeah, about killing this fucking Teostra in one run, it would not be happening with how distracted I am. And not with him doing shit like this. I don't want to be by the wall. Ah. I should have just fucking gambled and went straight for the tail. Get his ass, Cole. Let's go. Cooling effect expired. Let's not go. Bro, I want this fucking tail. I didn't mean to do that, fuck. Can you stop moving, Teostra, please? Think of free channels, but you pay for it? That's not free. A lot of people just don't pay for it because it's forced on them. Wow. That's fucking stupid. Others because they only watch cable anyway, so it's not like they ever watch it. In America, the free channels that we have, while being extremely few, are free. You just have to own a TV. And, the fucking bunny ears, whatever you want to call it, the antenna. People always call it fucking bunny ears, so that's what I call it, just because it's for the TV. It's just an antenna. You can't get free channels through coax cables. It's just from the, antennas. I think it's like really basic, like a couple news or weather channels and shit. It's nothing super big. That's bright. But to play this like it's Monster Hunter 1 and just fucking swing. It's pretty close. Pretty close to being able to cancel that. Not quite. Boy, I hope he's just going to Area 6. Oh. Unfortunate. But because of that, the NHK hires lackeys to go door-to-door harassing people to pay their NHK fees. Basically, if they see a TV at all from your window, you can't escape paying them. They'll visit you every day until you pay. So the only way to not have them constantly be on your ass is not owning a TV at all. That's retarded. That's absolutely retarded. Didn't know about that, and I have relatives in Japan. Interesting. I mean, that sounds like something Japan would do, but it's also like, that's so fucking stupid, it's hard to believe. Fuck. Should've just kept the guard up. Made this set to not have to worry about constantly burning to death. Forget cool drinks, burn to death anyway. paying the NHK fee is legally mandatory for anyone with equipment capable of receiving broadcasts. That's actually retarded. So even if you're not... Wait. Is it one of those things where if you have, like, the antenna... I don't know how fucking cable works in Japan. Or how the TV works in Japan, obviously. Because here you can only receive the free cables, the free channels, if you have the antenna for doing it, or a antenna for doing it. Does just owning a TV, even if you don't have that, count? You can just buy a TV, never use it, and you're still legally mandated to pay? That's fucking stupid. Damn. Oh well. When your relatives are Brazilian, as a Portuguese, I'm well acquainted with our kind. It's like they don't bother foreigners as much either, since the foreigner can just feign not understanding what they're saying. Yeah. I mean, I already know that the Japanese have a lot of retarded policies and laws and shit like that. Or just generally retarded mentalities. Some shit they do, cool. Other shit they do, it's like, what the fuck? Although most of the stuff I know about is, like, things with entertainment industry shit. For example, like I mentioned it before, but me, my brother, several friends of mine, shit like that, into building model kits, right? Model kits of choice, Gunpla, sure, cool. Me like Gundam. Me like UC Timeline Gundam. I don't really care for the other ones, except for, like G Gundam and Wing isn't so bad, whatever. In Japan, they have, like, Dojinshi or whatever the fuck, right? It's, like, unofficial merchandise or, like, writings or whatever the fuck else. So, like, it's basically fan works. Or maybe, like, self-published stuff, because Toho stuff might be considered that as well. But that's besides the point. So in Japan, they have this, like, technically not legal, but nobody does anything about it, and it's widely accepted, like, gray market of a ton of infringing stuff. Like, people making fan works of, like, I don't know, like Naruto or Bleach or whatever the fuck else. Right? They just don't really do anything about it. I think there was a point they were going to, and they got so much shit for it that they kind of backed off. So, like, there's that. But then there's the opposite end, where for, like, I mean, I could easily just pivot to Nintendo and how fucking retarded they are with, like, anything. But, I'm gonna keep it on point with the Gunpla stuff. So, you know, they don't give a shit if you make, like, fan comics or, like, anything else like that, fan games of, like, Naruto or whatever the fuck for the most part. For whatever reason, though, the Japanese that are also in the hobby for, like, Gunpla building and shit like that have a fucking fit if they see people make third-party kits of, like, Bandai or Gundam property or something like that. Like, they have absolute fucking fits about it. It's so fucking weird. And you might be like, oh, well, I mean, like, they're not really making a profit off, like, those fan-made comics or whatever. No, they do. They do. There's, as far as I'm aware, there's, like, companies that, I don't know if serialize is the correct word. But they have actual companies where they go, and their business is basically printing off doujinshi manga and all that crap, and selling it for retail and all that kind of stuff at cons and, you know, whatever the fuck else is tied to that stuff. But God forbid a different company, maybe their problem is that it's not a Japanese company. Like, maybe the problem is like, oh, how dare this fucking American or this fucking Chinese company dare infringe on our glorious Japanese IP right of Gunpla. It's like, okay, well, Bandai, like, people want this kit, that's why third-party people are making it. Maybe Bandai should fucking sell it. And they're like, no, how dare you fucking ask for Bandai to do it. You know, there wouldn't be as big of a bootleg market for things like model kits. You know, it goes back to what Gabe said like years ago. Piracy is a service issue. If Bandai just fucking made and sold the kits people wanted, then like, there wouldn't be these third-party markets for third-party companies making these kits that people want because Bandai won't do it. There'd still be a market for like cheap knockoffs, but I'm talking about like, oh, this company designed a completely new fucking kit, and the Japanese are having a fucking stroke about it because how dare they? I mean, Japanese are historically notoriously racist against Chinese and Koreans. Yes, I know. They all fucking hate each other. It's literally a triangle of hate. But they don't only do it about, like, Chinese kits. They make it for, or they make stinks about anybody doing anything related to the fucking hobby that's not by Bandai themselves. I think I've actually seen posts of them being upset about people making model kits that have nothing to do with the fucking Gunpla. It's just other people making, like, robot, like, style model kits that's not Bandai. They have a fucking fit over it. Hang on. I got a comment. So recently this is related, trust me. There is a kit that I like called the Hazel Ausla Gigantic Arms Unit, right? Or Gigantic Arm Unit. It is only in high grade scale, which is 1/144th scale. Bandai officially sells master grade, so 1/100 scales, of most of the parts that you would need to make that in a bigger scale. It's just missing, for the most part, a couple accessories, including the literal gigantic arms that the kit's named after. I was trying to find, like, 3D printing files or, like, anything for how I could make that myself, because I like that kit a lot. Somewhere I should have a picture of mine that I've shared around, because I have it in 1/44 scale. I would love to have, it's not finished, I want to paint it and do other stuff with it, but that's time consuming, and I am bad at painting, so I've been putting it off. But anyways, I want to make the larger scale. I would buy the larger scale of the base kit in order to use these parts on it if I could find it. And, like, looking for parts and shit, I saw a video on YouTube of somebody doing it. Like, they 3D printed the accessories and all that shit. And somebody in the comments was like, oh, like, that's really cool. Like, are the CAD files available? Like, do you sell them? Or, like, are they around? And somebody, apparently related to the YouTube channel, because their name's highlighted, that I was watching on, replies with, copyrights related to Gundam are absolutely not allowed to general users. Selling without permission is a violation of copyright law, so let's make it ourselves. Now see, a normal person would have been like, nah, man, like, I don't have this kind of stuff publicly available. You know, you're not allowed to distribute that stuff, blah, blah, blah. I sent you a DM talking about it more, about how I can't do that, and then, like, just the DM would just be the file. That would be, like, a normal person's response. But, you know, Japanese YouTube channel. Can't just be normal about it. Gotta be like, oh, no, I could never. Our Lord and Savior Bandai wouldn't like it, so therefore, it's like, bro, fuck off. Just fucking put them up somewhere. It's like, if you want to fucking be like that, aren't you technically violating their IP rights by having an entire YouTube channel about their IP, and you are profiting off of it, probably without their permission? You got a license for those YouTube videos. No, I don't think you do. I mean, Bandai's likely not to do anything about YouTube videos like that, because it's free marketing. You have to be retarded like Nintendo to be like, you can't fucking post anything about our games online, although Nintendo stepped away from that. You know, I didn't check what the next quest would be, because there should be another Teostra now. Yeah, so that was fucking tilting. It's like, oh, you want to play like you like the good guy? Fuck you. I already ate, apparently. When the hell did I do that? I'm so distracted just talking about random shit. Nintendo's too busy losing in court. Yeah, ooh, no. Okay. Them getting shit on in court by having most of their patents slapped down, or most of the patents they're trying to patent slapped down in Japanese court, and the patent office, like, basically telling them, like, are you fucking stupid? That's been nice to see. Drinks. Sitting here like I know I'm forgetting something. Ah, no, Trenia got owned out in the fucking swamp. At least I think I sent him to the swamp. Might have sent him to the forest and hills. Man, I feel really dumb every time I fuck that up. Not even like, oh, I fucked up by a small margin. I pressed that like a second or two too early. Come on. I forgot I had a monster fluid sitting in my inventory. I still have traps and fucking paintballs or tranks. Should be all I need. No, no, not the urgent. I gotta go finish killing Teostra and get a cutscene. Oh, yeah, the balloon. Although Teostra's probably just in 2 or 5. Let's get a concrete answer real fast. 9. Okay, never mind. Oh. No cutscene. Ow. Hang on, Teostra, I want the shiny. Okay, fine. Yeah, I love these dual blades. I just wish they had more sharpness, man. Even if I had the sharpness skill, I would just have, I think, 30 hits of white. Bruh. My god, Teostra dodged it. Yeah, no, I'm good. The classic no fucking tell for a charge. It's not just him that does it, but Teostra's one of the ones that does it the most and hurts, at least in this game. I wonder why I get that, like, input drop of my movement sometimes. There we go. It doesn't really matter if I kill Teostra outright on, like, Lunastra, I guess. Because I can just fight him online with people if I want. Like, it sucks I didn't get 2 Teostra kills, but it's also like, it doesn't matter a ton. Actually, I think to unlock Fatalist, I need to kill 5 of each Elder Dragon total. Which means I'm gonna have to fight more Lunastra anyways at some point. Could have manipulated the second fight for a crown? Yeah, maybe. Closest I ever got to considering trying to manipulate the game to get crown sizes was in Monster Hunter 1 G, specifically. I ended up looking up guides that had, like, reference photos to try and tell the size of the monster. So I could go fight a monster, run up to it, be like, oh, does this, like, kind of look... it's close enough, I think it's worth killing. And I just kept doing that until I got gold crowns. The game was so fucking painful. Not painful for, like, good ways either. It's not painful like, DOS is, like, ball-crushingly difficult. It's... Dude, these systems suck. Oh my god, Trinity got his ass kicked again. I'll stop sending you to Swamp, you can go to Forest and Hills. Godspeed. There we go. Just have to complain about sucking ass at doing this and you'll get it. Maybe I should use the other hammers. I don't really need, like, insect parts. I would like thunder bugs, flash bugs, bitter bugs, god bugs, preferably from it. Also, I'm collecting these again because I used all of mine making drugs for preparation for the weekend and Fatalis probably 2 weeks from now. Making dungs for the week IRL? No. Talking about collecting the seeds. Okay, Cube. Harvesting the crops. Alright, so the last thing we have to do should be Shengoran. Then I'm going to take a break. No, it's set in the town, so the quick kill doesn't matter. I'll bring drugs for this just to try and make his dumbass go a bit faster. Gotta bring traps, gonna trap his individual legs. For the meme. Gotta have him. Do I want Melios or Goldrathian stuff for this? Maybe I'll use Ankator stuff. Considering higher sharpness is more damage and I have elemental attack on it. Yeah, probably a good idea. And I am just going to go with an element for longsword. No, I don't actually know what Shengoran's weak to. I think Sozu's mentioned it a couple times, but I just didn't pay attention to it because it's not super relevant. But I'm sitting here like, oh, what's he weak to? Which weapon should I take? I feel like it's between thunder and fire. I'll take the Eager Cleaver. Shengoran. Giantest enemy crab. I think that's actually technically pronounced Shengaoren, but I don't really care. Dragon first? Really? Oh, maybe he randomly shares the weakness with Lao. Although I think Lao's is fire. No, it should be Dragon first, then fire for Lao. Okay, well, that's fine. I'll just grab the Knockout Dragon Sword. This works. Red clear. What the fuck could I be missing that this is a red clear? You know what? Shengoran might go up into the 6-star once this is done. Gather, bold hunters. You are the linchpin of our national defense. A menace creeps towards this town. You must repel this monster and defend the fort. It might not be like, Monster Hunter 1. Oh my god, it's zips ago. It's been 87 years, man. How have you been? I don't think Shengoran moves, but you unlock something after Shengoran. Is he already in here? No. I thought the shadow of the scaffolding over there was his fucking skull. Too long, also been streaming during the evenings. The evening streams were streaming Halo with Cube. I'm still doing the weekend streams in the morning before this time, like normal. I do want to start doing more streams more regularly again. Instead of like just weekend or just if I'm doing things with people. I also need to, because I have single-player content I have to finish before so is when I fight Fatalists. I don't think Shengoran moves, but you also unlock stuff after Shengoran. Well, that would be the urgent for, Hypnotrist or whatever. Hypnocatrist, ain't it? Which, when you do that, it would be in the cat's menu instead. Unless you get more quests for 6 stars after you do this. I'm fucking stupid. I was eating first aid meds instead of my rations. I saw bits from your Halo streams, but I wasn't a Halo kid, so yeah, it's fair. To be fair, it was my first time playing through the actual campaigns for any of them. Whenever I played Halo, around the time when those games came out, it was always the multiplayer with friends. Going to a friend's house or my brother's house, either or. Typically friend's house, because, you know, more people, more fun. And playing Halo split screen multiplayer PvP. Let's go. Fun times. I miss them. I miss the times, not the friends. I still am in touch with all those people. They all still suck. Yeah, you guys sucked back then, you suck now. Don't hold it against them, though, don't worry. You know, not everybody can be like me and be better than them at video games. It's just that easy. That's how you know they suck, is I'm better than them at games. Xbox wasn't popular here. Xbox was popular here, but basically only for its shooter games. The entire demographic of people who played Xbox games were, like 99% were here for Halo and Call of Duty. Even if they're on other platforms, Call of Duty specifically. Not entirely true, because Gears of War as well. And there were a lot of people that liked the Fable games. But most people bought it because they wanted to play a shooter game on it. You know what? Ow. Not that. Not that either. I should just be aiming to attack in here. Pain. Growing up, I knew one person with an Xbox original and another with a 360. I've never seen an Xbox IRL otherwise, damn. I've never seen any of the recent Xboxes IRL. Like, anything that's come out past the original Xbox One, I haven't seen in real life. I've only seen the Xbox One IRL twice. Mostly because the Xbox One came out, and along with it, Microsoft just... I'm not even sure how to describe the way that they committed suicide on stage. Company suicide, obviously. Man, fuck you, Shingoran. Even if I put myself there, I'm gonna blame him. Same here, I know no one who owned one. I would say that's crazy, but knowing that, I don't believe Ipzigo is from America. I know for a fact Sovzu isn't. With the majority of Xbox's not player base, but fan base being, as far as I'm aware back then, just from like English-speaking countries. Mostly America. Virtual Boy, oh god. I mean, Latin America, excluding Mexico, of course, got little of the new technology. Reason why only the most popular consoles got here. I remember seeing and using a Virtual Boy on a Vegas trip. Same with Dreamcast. Yeah. I know that outside of Mexico, a lot of brain fried for a moment because the fucking leg cracked and I wasn't expecting it to. A lot of countries south of America, excluding Mexico, don't get a lot of the new technology for whatever fucking reason, and that's why a lot of people play shit like, for example, they have a massive pirated, well, maybe not pirated. No, it's piracy. Definitely piracy. Like shit tons of emulator type consoles instead of the actual consoles, which is how most people, I imagine, that are playing from Latin countries on like the Monster Hunter 1G and DOS servers that speak Spanish are playing on it. They're not playing on the actual PlayStation 2s or the emulator. I think somebody actually mentioned it when I was streaming Monster Hunter G. So I asked what they were playing off of, and they were like, oh, I'm playing off of like a not PS2. I don't remember what the actual name for it was. Oh, those? I mean, yeah, you can use emulators. Laws are very lax on those things. Yeah, they're emulations, but they're physical emulators and not like playing an emulator on your computer like I am right now. They have literal bootleg consoles that happen to run emulation software. I know those are a big thing down there because in places like, I think Brazil is a specific example. Wait, no, not Brazil. Might not be Brazil. Brazil is one of the places that I'm pretty sure I'd do that as well, but there was a video a while back that I saw that was like X places crazy bootleg console markets or some shit. Probably Brazil you're thinking of? Okay. Yeah, you were the one that sent me the fucking video about it. It's like, that's kind of fucking wild to hear about, but I mean, yeah, it makes sense. You know what? I'm gonna take this opportunity to hit him with a Dragonator. You can still just go to a game shop and get your Switch jailbroken for 20 to 50 bucks. Oh, with 20 to 50 bucks for holy fucking hell, brain, please. You can still go to the game shop and get your Switch jailbroken with 20 to 50 games for 50 bucks. Yeah, it's kind of wild. I wish I could just go to a shop and have them jailbreak my Switch. I unfortunately have a model of Switch that cannot be jailbroken via soft mod or exploits. It requires physical tampering with to mod it, which is obviously an extreme pain in the ass to do. And because I'm in America, people would charge a lot to do that for you. I had a jailbroken PS1, a PS2. I remember a friend using his government-produced or procured PC to burn and copy any CD he got his hands on. Yeah. It was like $25 in Kentucky, or Kentucky. My local repair shop did my Switch. Wow. Wish I had those kinds of services here. Damn. New York sucks. I mean, it's pretty well known that New York sucks ass for shit like that, especially New York City, which I don't live in. I live in another part of the state. But New York City is a really big example for it just sucking ass. Yeah, every single console that I have that I've jailbroken or modded or anything, I've just done myself. Remember ordering the jailbreak it kit for my PS2 for like $30, including shipping. Was that just a memory card, or was that like an actual mod that you add to the game? Because the PS2 is super simple to fucking mod nowadays. You can just buy a memory card with a free McBoot on it. When I did it, I did it the lengthy manual way. Good old Magic Swap 3 plus CDs. Yeah, there's also that method. Yeah, so my PS2 isn't modded because I bought a memory card with free McBoot on it. My PS2 was modded because I have a copy of 007 Agent Underfire, and at the time I had the ability to burn CDs, so I ripped my Agent Underfire copy, and then I patched it for the fucking homebrew files, or not homebrew files, I think it's been a long time since I've done this, so I think the program you put onto the CD is Ulaunch ELF. And then you put Agent Under... You have to also have your PS2 just open, or the ability to swap discs easily without the PS2 registering that it's open. So I also had my PS2 disassembled. So what you did was you would copy your... you would burn whatever the fuck, a copy of Agent Underfire with Ulaunch ELF injected into it, load up your copy of Agent Underfire, and then during one of the missions loading screens, you swap the disc. And swapping the disc with the burned one with Ulaunch ELF in it would then swap to that, or load it rather, and then you would use that to move files from your SD card to your memory card, and then from there you can install free McBoot by booting it off of I believe you load the installer off of Ulaunch ELF, and then you actually install it to the memory card via the free McBoot installer and all that stuff. It was a surprisingly lengthy process. It also requires having a copy of a physical game. I still have that game, by the way. I have that game over there in the corner with all my other games. What a hassle? Yeah, a bit. Being able to just buy memory cards with that wasn't super available at the time I did it. And I didn't even think of looking to. I was just like, oh, how do you do this? Okay, I'll do it myself. It doesn't help that I'm, you know, poor now, was more poor back then. So it's like, yeah, I'll just do it myself because I can go to GameStop. The really funny part is, I bought a used copy of Agent Underfire for like $2 from GameStop or EB Games. I don't remember which it was. I could go check the sticker on it. I think that disc, because it's not in an actual case, that disc I don't think is actually completely with all my other games. It might just be on my shelf. Yeah, so I actually have 2 copies of Agent Underfire. I don't have that burned CD anymore. I'm not counting that. I've owned Agent Underfire for the GameCube for long before I considered not pirating, fucking modding my PS2, right? So I bought a copy of Agent Underfire from GameStop for like nothing, just so that I could mod my PS2. And the really funny thing is, I have dumped all of my PS2 games and have digital copies of all of them, except for Agent Underfire for the PS2. I just have that dumped for the GameCube. I just never fucking bothered doing it. You know, before I take that break, I am going to move my box a bit away from me so that I might sound a bit different. Before I get up, I'm going to go grab the disc, and I'm going to check the price and whether or not it was GameStop or EB Games at the time that I did that. Just because I think it would be funny. But another thing is, all the consoles that I have that I've modded are all soft modded or using like software exploits, because I don't have like soldering skills. Well, that's technically not true. My PS2, I did some physical modification on it for the expansion bay, but that's not the same thing as, oh, I got this fucking mod chip, I'm gonna install this into my fucking PS2, better get soldering. That's what I typically think of if you're doing hard mods. I just have an official PS2 expansion bay port accessory, which I modified by changing the board in it from being IDE or IDE. I don't remember which acronym it is. Those drives have been out of fucking fashion for like over a decade now, so I changed that to be compatible with SATA drives instead. Our hunters returned. It seems you had no trouble slaying that Shengarin. You've received an official award thanks from the town. You should take it over to the crafting shop. As strong as you've become, it seems like my small requests are a waste of your ability. You should try taking quests. You should try take the high-level quests found at the Gathering Hall. As a hunter, it's important to keep aiming higher. Also, I'd like to introduce you to the feline to my right. Neko I'm not really sure how you're supposed to fucking pronounce that. Neko HT. Sure, whatever the fuck that's supposed to be. Nekote? Maybe. You two should talk. Once you become stronger, you should be able to help her. Keep reaching for new heights. You're the hunter of Poke Village, after all. Oh my god, Elder, thank you. Oh yeah, there's, what, one more quest? Ah, of course, the classic. Lao Shen. Do one long-ass quest to do a hallway simulator. Let's go. So you're the hunter of this village, are you? Oh-ho. I see that you're quite advanced. I hate to be a terrible bother, however. I have a request. I wish to make of you. I hope you would be so kind as to show me your strength. I don't wish to make a big fuss about it, but I've been on the lookout for a strong hunter, yes. But you don't have to take on the job right now. Feel free to come back and speak to me when you're ready. This is just like Hypnocatress, right? Yeah. Good, Granny's sleeping. Goziella just launched a new Halo game to test some things. Wow. How are you doing that? It's not, like, out yet. I thought it doesn't release until, like, 4 hours from now or some shit. I just did, like, 1 minute of the first mission and already found things I don't like. That's crazy. Released at 8 a.m. today, oh. Okay, then. That's fucking funny that you're a minute in and you already hate it. Love it. Screen shake's fucking terrible. Holy shit. Yeah, I had to turn it off as well. Thank fuck for the option. Oh my god, Cube, you're not the only man on Earth that's playing the new Halo game. A second modern-day Halo fan has hit the chat. Still fucking it up. Amazing. Ban quotations, yeah. That's what I said. I'm reminded of this now. I may as well show this on stream. This is a comment that I put in Cube's chat, like, a week ago. These were comments directed basically purely towards him. The year is 2001. Halo Combat Evolved released today for $49.99. There's a story mode and PvP multiplayer, both of which can be played split screen or via LAN party. Can even be played online. The year's 2026 Halo Campaign Evolved released today for $49.99. You can sprint. I hope you like it sitting in your room alone, playing the story. You're the last Halo fan. Fucking stupid. Real and factual. I spent way too much time last night, or I think 2 days ago, might have been yesterday, looking for that comment in his VODs because I forgot to screenshot it when I initially sent it. I'm gonna go grab that 007 disc. One moment. Could be, yeah, that's where I left it. That was the sound of me throwing the disc next to the mic in this packaging. Alright, so... Damn, it doesn't say GameStop or EB Games on it. Pre-owned agent under fire. Parentheses P. The rest of it's just fucking smudged off. I paid $1.99 for this game. Wait, hang on. Oh my god, the burned CD is still in here. I've had the burned CD behind the fucking disc the entire time. That's $7 in today's money. You're rich, yeah, man. Dude, apparently the price for this, if you were a pro membership of whichever the fuck company this was, EB Games or GameStop, I could have paid as low as $1.79. Fucking crazy. Maybe I'll see if somebody is here randomly, like my sister or somebody who I can swipe their phone from to take a picture of that. I'll show it on stream when I come back. Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick break. You know what? I'll take a break in the village. Okay. I'll be back in a few minutes.